Oh, fine. A fine good evening, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. I'm in Burlington, Vermont this evening, and this is Adams Street. This, just to let you know, this video is a little bit of a departure from what I usually offer. I'm going to be offering a walking tour, if you will, walking all the way to the top of Adams Street. Now, no worries. I'm going to pause in between each building so you don't have to hear me huffing and puffing and walking up the street. So by the time I get to each structure, I'll have stopped huffing and puffing and trying to blow the house down. Hope you enjoy it. Alrighty, so the amendment to the Battery Street Historic District entered on the National Register on November 2, 1977, which creates the Battery Street, King Street Neighborhood Historic District. It is a well-preserved residential neighborhood immediately adjacent to Burlington's historic waterfront and downtown. The amendment is the oldest section of Burlington's large neighborhood south of Main Street, commonly referred to as the South End. Federal and Greek Revival homes scattered on Adams, South Winooski, and Upper Maple Streets were built when Burlington boomed as a waterfront port. These single-family residences occupied large lots adjacent to downtown until the 1880s, when Burlington's increasing 19th century prosperity demanded residential expansion. The spacious lots were subdivided, and a deep ravine crossing the area from northeast to southwest and including a railroad line, you heard that right, was filled in for additional housing. By the early 20th century, the area had taken on its present appearance. Comfortable single-family homes, duplexes, and multifamily tenements densely filled the neighborhood, with the occupants working as clerks and business people in an economy that had shifted from an industrial to a service and education-related base. Today, similar, low to moderate income downtown workers, as well as a large population of students, dwell in the historic area, which best represents the period of neighborhood development prior to the automobile, when persons lived in dense neighborhoods in close proximity to their downtown jobs. Before us is the Smalley Estate. So it was built circa 1845 and then added onto in circa 1880. And all we really see are the 1880 upgrades to this house. So this was built by Judge David A. Smalley, a Democratic state senator, collector of customs, U.S. district judge, and originator of the Rutland Railroad. His son Bradley Barlow Smalley, an equally successful lawyer and businessman, owned the place into the 20th century. In 1882, Bradley Smalley enlarged the house to its present size and stylistic appearance, leaving little exterior evidence of the earlier structure. And just to give you a better idea of the structure, it has a Queen Anne corner tower. And I know you hear a lot of rustling of papers. I have a lot of pages in my hands. Queen Anne corner tower. Isn't that gorgeous? Right there. Holy cow. It's fantastic. That's the corner tower. Italianate brackets. A little hard to see given the time of day and the dark paint on the house. But these right here are the Italianate brackets. If you've been hanging out with me in different videos, I've talked about Italianate styles and other building styles. So they're a feature on Italianate houses, buildings, not just houses. Oops. Let me see, what else do we have in this house? East Lakean detailed dormers. East Lake is a style related to Queen Anne, and what that's referring to is up here in this triangular piece. It might be kind of hard to see when you are watching this video. You may want to pause it on your phone and enlarge the screen so you can see it better. But there are every possible curlicue you can possibly have up here, and even next to the window on either side. It's pretty spectacular. Let me go ahead and pan out. Over here on the on the right, of the house. We have this side porch with, let's see, how do they describe the side porch? It's not just a side porch. It's a Gothic post porch. Anyway, it is a well-preserved example, this building, of high-style, late 19th century eclectic architecture. Yeah, the Queen Anne style. It's about throwing everything on the house and then adding a few more things. The only thing that I don't see is a kitchen sink. But anyway, this is also the only building with such a huge lot. And we can see there's plenty of land on this side. And then as I pan over, there's also land over here. So this estate, it really is an estate. It's now multiple dwellings, apartments, condos, I'm not sure which. Alrighty, I'm going to be heading to the next place, and I'll be with you in just a moment. I forgot to mention the front door also. Isn't that gorgeous? That wooden, unpainted wooden door. My gosh, fantastic. This is number 47 Adams Street. If you decide to take a walk on the street, it's about a block and a half up from the bottom. So it's about midway on the street. All right, I'm going to be walking up. I'll catch you in a moment. Okie dokie, back again. In front of us is this 7274 Adams Street. This was built circa 1845. This is in the Greek Revival style. And how do we know that? Well, let me point out some details of the place to you. So first of all, this roof up here, this is a pediment. Think Parthenon, because that's what these are based on. Also, it has this, it's a louvered window right there. Sometimes you hear fan light because they're actually shaped like a fan. But anyway, let's see. It's made of brick, which is typically true of these buildings. It has a very strong lintel above the windows and actually above the door too. Let me see if I can pan in to show you better. Oh yeah, that's much better. Now, the original building likely would have had a single door here, and then on either side, two long rectangular windows called side lights that were designed to let in light. They're called side lights because they're on the sides of the door, and because they let in light. So, this is known as the Mayo Johnson House. Pull that back. In 1869, this was the residence of Captain Henry Mayo, clerk on the steamer Canada. He later was a clerk on the steamer Adirondack and lived there until 1890. Edward Johnson, the editor of the Burlington Daily News, a newspaper that's no longer around, occupied the house from 1896 until 1924 when it was converted to apartments. Alrighty, let's head up to the next building. It's not too far. Alright, I'm going to be talking about this house right here. Don't know about you, but I'm a sucker for a good story. And I like this one, clearly. This is 82 Adams Street, known as the Delano House. It was built in 1923. The house was constructed as a wedding gift for Dorothy Howard Delano by her father, Richard E. Howard, a successful meat dealer who lived around the corner at 256 South Winooski Avenue. The Delanos lived here until 1931. A wedding gift. How amazing is that? And let's just take a look-see at some nice pieces of this house. We have dormer windows sticking out of the roof. See, right here, dormer windows. And then it has this wonderful enclosed side porch and certainly a covered entrance over the front door. Lovely, lovely details. Alrighty. I'm going to head up the street some more and a few more houses. Maybe two more houses, three more houses. Be back in a moment. All right, so I'm not going to say too much about this place. It has its own video. But I will mention, so this is 102 Adams Street. I'll just mention that this was the Provost Sanitarium. Now, before you start thinking, ooh, insane asylum. No, not an insane asylum. A care home for the elderly and I think people with infirmities as well. So think more like a nursing home than an insane asylum. I'll leave a link in the description below for that particular video because I think you'll like it. They had a second location as well, and I don't remember what year that was. It's a single-family residence now. All right. We're going to be talking about this building shortly. Let me just walk up the street a little bit more and to get a better view of it and try to stop huffing and puffing for you. Hang on. Be right back. Alrighty. So, I'm going to talk about this house here. This one that's right in front of us. Though I am in a bit of a quandary. And this is why. The house number is, says in the front of this portion right here, between the red doors there, 99. And the Historic Sites and Structures Survey, from which I've been reading, says 101. But here's the thing. I'm not sure what year this was written. Probably in the early 1990s. But the thing is, this structure ticks the boxes of the description of the building. So, for instance, it describes it as being a Greek Revival style building. Now, I just described that, so kind of harder to see given the tree limbs here. But we can see the pediment here at the top, right? And then it is repeated here. That's not really important in Greek Revival style, but I'm just pointing it out to you that it has these strong lintels over the windows. Now, that double door likely would have been a single door, just like the other house we saw. It talks about this place having a stone foundation. It is painted, but let me zoom in on that for you. And then the brick course on top of it. So there's that. And talk about also this hip-roofed garage in the backyard. Now that is definitely a hip-roofed garage. So I find that pretty interesting. I'm inclined to believe because the other side, and let me show you the other side. We're just down there. But I'll get extra exercise for you folks. You see, this side says number 99 right there. And I'll zoom in for you so you can see it. Oh yeah, perfect. Just like that. So I'm inclined to believe this is 99 and 101. Just like this one here is 93 and 95. So I'm going to go with this. This is actually 101. But please correct me if I'm wrong. Also, it talks about Tuscan columns. And we see columns here and here as well. So, little history on this place. The first known owner of this Greek Revival house, a type found throughout Burlington, was Jeremiah French, a law partner of Lieutenant Governor Levi Underwood. French graduated from Harvard Law School in 1856, acquired this house soon after, and then he died of tuberculosis in 1868 at the age of 33. His widow took in boarders to get by, and one of them, A.C. Tuttle, bought the house in the 1870s. Tuttle was a partner in the large retail drugstore of R.B. Stearns and Company in the Peck Block. Mrs. Pauline Bryout acquired the house soon after Tuttle's death in 1902, apparently a daughter, and converted the building into apartments in 1916, keeping one for herself. Alrighty, one more building and I'll be with you in just a moment. Beautiful though, isn't it? I love a brick building. I love a Greek Revival style building. It's just, wow. Oh, and when was this built? Circa 1845. Be right back. All right, so last but not least is number 112 Adams Street. And this was built in circa 1900. This is known as the George Smith House. George Smith, manager of the Baldwin Refrigeration Company, was the first known resident of this house from 1902 to 1910, while Dallas Pollard, an accountant, resided there from 1932 through World War II. Let's look at some lovely details on this place, shall we? So first of all, it has a slate roof. Slate roof will last about 100 years, depending upon its upkeep and care. And this one also has those snow breakers so that a huge clump doesn't land on the porch roof below it. Also, and this is a brick house, of course, and this part here has lovely shingling, straight edge and more of a curved edge, kind of showing off what the carpenter could do, perhaps. Also, there's this rectangular piece here. Let me zoom in. Oh, I'm already zoomed in. Okay, well, that's a lovely decorative detail. And also, just to point out, too, I don't know if you can tell, you probably can't, but over here there is this green plaque that says 1901. Thing is, that's a Preservation Burlington plaque. So I had volunteered with them years ago, even served as president, chair of the board, all that good stuff. Anyway, this house is a lovely house. It's just a lovely house. So anyway, this concludes the walking tour of Adams Street in Burlington, Vermont. If you are enjoying the content I'm offering you on my channel, then I would ask that you at least consider subscribing to it. And then once you subscribe, click on the notification bell, and you will be notified each and every time I upload a video to the channel. Hint, it is September 2021, and I can tell you right now, I upload every day of the week. Sometimes more than once a day. So that's pretty fun. September 6th, I uploaded 2 videos. September 8th, 3 videos. And in July, I uploaded 4 videos in one day. One day. And the reason for that is because we were having severe thunderstorm warnings, and wow, this was just insane. So, stuff to watch on the channel. All right. Thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for sharing my videos. Really appreciate it. And until the next one, you have a great day. Bye.